Well, State of Origin Game 1 delivered. You know who also delivered? New South Wales. So last night at the MCG, New South Wales were victorious over Queensland 22-12, and I gotta say, it was a pretty good game. Going into the game, I was pretty confident that New South Wales would win it, but at times during the game I was thinking, oh shit, Queensland might go on with this. Queensland did come out firing in the second half though, and they did take the lead at one point. However, fortunately for us New South Wales fans, the lead did not last long as New South Wales scored 2 quick tries. Speaking of the tries, I guess we should go through the try scorers. So the first points of the game came through James Maloney and a penalty goal. It was from right in front. I think New South Wales had Queensland on the ropes, and Queensland gave away a penalty. I thought we probably could have scored if we kept going, but I suppose you can't turn down the 2 points when they're right from in front. The first try of the game though did come from a bit of brilliance from Damien. He took a little run out of dummy half, recognises the markers weren't square, and he went straight through the middle, and then he got it to James Maloney, who was backing up, and then James Tedesco was also backing up, so Maloney went to Tedesco, and Tedesco, I think James got a hand on him, so it wasn't untouched, but right next to the post he scored, and then Maloney would kick the goal. So New South Wales had the lead, they had the momentum, and we were attacking the Queensland line yet again, but James Maloney threw an intercept, Valentine Holmes raced away, and that was a big shift in momentum for Queensland. Holmes would then kick the goal from right in front, so that made the score 8-6, and that's what it would remain until half-time. The first half was pretty entertaining, it was pretty free-flowing, pretty attacking, but good defence as well. I was pretty happy with the quality of football played in the first half. Going into the second half, I wasn't sure how the game was going to play out. I thought personally, before the game, I thought New South Wales would have a bit more of a lead going into the second half, but Queensland were definitely in it, and they came out to play in the second half. Very early on, Queensland would have good field position and they would strike through a grubber, and Dane Gagai, as he always does, he always scores in Origin. Even with a busted hand, he came through and he scored off that grubber. Valentine Holmes would then add the extras from the sideline. I've got to admit, I wasn't very confident in Holmes. I didn't think he was going to kick it, but he did. He smashed it over, pretty much over the black dot, so it was a good kick from Holmes. So I think New South Wales fans at this point were kind of getting a little bit worried. Not too worried because the score was pretty close still. There's only 1 try in it, well 4 points actually in it, but I mean Queensland had the lead, and in previous years New South Wales have also buckled under the pressure, so we weren't sure what to expect. But the new crop of lads, they weren't fazed by going behind and they struck back immediately. New South Wales would attack Queensland's goal line, and the ball would eventually find Tedesco, who did a little double pump, and he found Latrell Mitchell very close to the line, and Mitchell just powered his way over, and there's no way he could stop Latrell Mitchell from there. Unfortunately for New South Wales, James Maloney would miss the conversion. It was a fairly tough conversion, but I thought he was going to get it, but he didn't, so the lead was only 4 points at this stage. Now, not too long after that, James Tedesco would make a bit of a break, and then the ball would find James Maloney, who would launch up a bomb to trbojevic, who would come through and root the ball out of the hands of Valentine Holmes. There's a little bit of controversy, a little bit of question mark whether there was a double movement. I was pretty happy with the decision, but I know Queenslanders won't be. I suppose they're entitled to. I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 call, I guess. Maloney would convert the extras, extending our lead to 10 points. So there was still a fair bit left on the clock, but at this point, I think New South Wales fans are pretty comfortable. I think they knew deep down that the game was over, and I think Queensland did too. Queensland wouldn't really threaten New South Wales again for the rest of the game. There was a few half breaks here and there, but nothing major, nothing that they didn't really get too close to scoring, in my opinion. New South Wales, on the other hand, came very close, and I think it was the last 5 to 10 minutes of the game. Latrell Mitchell thought for sure had scored. He powered his way over. Unfortunately, he didn't get the ball down. He was probably about this close from getting the ball down, but Milford got his hand in there last second, held him up, and then Adokar in the corner, I thought he had scored there. Gus Gould, in fact, thought he had scored before. In fact, he was very confident, saying 100% he scored, and then literally like 2 seconds later, they showed that he dropped the ball. So it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't going to be a blowout score. But yeah, New South Wales could have easily had a few more tries. I think for New South Wales, nobody had a bad game. There were a few standouts. Obviously, James Tedesco played very well. Damien played very well. I think either of those two deserved man of the match. But nobody was really bad. I mean, James Roberts was a bit quiet, and Jack de Belin didn't do too much. But nobody played bad. For Queensland, there was a few who didn't do too much. Jared Wallace didn't play very well. I thought Will Chambers didn't play very well. But Greg Inglis, holy shit. I wasn't sure how he'd go as captain for Queensland, but oh my god, he stood up. The big hits he put on, incredible. Although the Tom Trbojevic one, it was a dog shot. Also for Queensland, I thought Ben Hunt was alright. Cameron Munster was alright. A lot of the players went alright. Also for Queensland, I thought Josh Maguire went alright. I thought Munster was okay at parts of the game, same as Ben Hunt. None of them played particularly bad, but yeah, there wasn't really any standouts for Queensland apart from Inglis. Where, like I said, for New South Wales, we had James Tedesco, who was a standout. Damien Cook was a standout. David Clemmer was very strong. Tyson Frizell was good at times. Josh Adokar, very good. Latrell Mitchell, another good one. I wasn't sure how he'd go in the game, but he definitely lived up to the hype. Overall, as a New South Wales supporter, I'm very happy. I'm not sure how Game 2 is going to go, considering I expect Queensland team to be quite different with Billy Slater coming back in. I think Billy Slater changes their team completely. Even if he had played the other night, I'm not sure if New South Wales would have won. I mean, I'd like to think we would have, but hey, you can't say for sure. That's how influential Billy Slater is to the Queensland side. Anyways, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you did enjoy Origin as well. If you did, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. Make sure you go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's Mr. Luke on YT. And leave in the comment section below what were your thoughts of the Origin game. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.